So if you'll be patient, we'll get these settings taken care of, and we'll be back in no time. Got to do a couple settings here because we've got a problem with some cameras. So that might be a little better, hoping that will work. So, and a few other things here we're doing. So just be patient, it'll just be a minute and I'll get playing on the game. I don't have a display tonight. Lost the HDMI cable that goes from the computer here to the pin rig monitor behind us. Been really busy lately with Pintastic and everything else, and just kind of misplaced that thing. And so I ordered another one. It'll be here in a couple days, and we'll get to that. But for now, I'm going to move us over to the pin rig, and we'll start streaming some Funhouse. Alright, so here we are back at it again. Don't have my program monitor tonight, so I'm going to have to keep turning around to look at chat and keep an eye on that, which is going to make this very difficult. So really, I'm just going to play some pinball tonight. Funhouse has been overhauled, and let's make sure we get a... No, I knew that was going to happen. That's okay. Give me a second. So we just did LEDs in Funhouse tonight. So this is the first stream with new LEDs and a working trapdoor. Thanks so much to McSquid for taking a look at the trapdoor. I'm gonna go for the hideout shot there. Oh, yeah, that was a quick move. You feel like a million, I don't. You can have it back. So this is my wife's, and she didn't want LEDs in it. Finally convinced her that LEDs in this were a good idea, and she thinks it looks much better now. And I think it does as well. Again, this video is gonna be particularly bad. I'm gonna keep turning around because my monitor here that's supposed to delay my chat and such, don't have the HDMI cable to reach the computer. No idea where I put it. I need to pitch this. Let's check that first. So we're gonna turn this one on real fast and see on Pin Guy where we're at from the glass. Oh, actually, from the glass, it doesn't seem bad. It's not that far off. All right, we'll let it stay for now. Ugh. You can have it back. I'm going to leave the flipper out this time. Oh, I kept it in. Damn. Being mean. Being very mean. Hey, Kristen. How are you? Good to hear from you. Don't have a monitor over here, so I can't actually read chat. I have to turn around to the computer to read chat. But Funhouse tonight, which is a 1990 Williams machine. The voice of this was done by Ed Boon, the creator of Mortal Kombat. His brother Mike Boon did some of the programming, as well as another team of people. It is a Pat Waller playfield, so should be fun. We just finished LEDing it this afternoon. And the trapdoor got fixed after Pintastic, luckily. Gangway. Alright, so now we gotta get it up to the steps, so we need to hit a ramp shot. Which is really close to the shot on. Ah! That stinks. Hey Sam, yeah, I'm gonna have to keep turning around looking back and forth, so Muffin's gonna have to keep up with chat, which is fine. She's pretty good at that. So, cable should be here from Amazon. Ah, I feel like this leg needs to come up a bit, even though the pin guide says it's within specs. I feel like that just needs to come up just a little. I should do it in the play field. I don't want to take the glass off, because we know what happens when Jillian takes glass off mid-screen. Insert glass breaking sound here. I don't feel like, yeah, it's definitely tilting that way a little bit. Oh, I have a cup holder here. I can get my drink over here. So, yeah, Kristen, you're down in Florida. The weather there has got to be better than here, but it's been warm and humid here. My mom's in town from outside of Orlando. She leaves in another week, roughly. So that's been another thing between my vacation that Megan and I took, and then... See, that's that was a good one. Between the vacation that Megan and I took, and then came back for a couple days, then the pinball convention, Pintastic, and then came back, and Mom came into town right after that. So it's been very busy. Haven't really had the time to do any streaming, which is really unfortunate, because I really wanted to stream since the pinball convention. I wanted to stream at the pinball convention, but their bandwidth is horrible. There's no way I could have done a quality 1080 stream there. This ramp seems to be dumping off. I need to adjust that screw. Where are we going? Oh, let's try that again. Let's go up to... Oh, went to extra ball. There we go. Lined us up for the million shot. Down the throat it went. I gotta get to that trap door if I can. Oof. This looks fantastic with these LEDs in it now. We didn't use any colored LEDs in the whole installation, except underneath the pop bumpers. Gangway! Yeah, I think this just needs a slight level since we pushed it back into place. And then that one... One thing I've never liked about this machine, this in particular one, is that our switch hit on the ramp sometimes deflects the ball off, and I don't know why. It shouldn't do that. Of course, now I can't make that shot. It's gonna fall into the hideout? It did fall into the hideout. That's nice. That time it went up it, which is nice. Alright, let's load up some extra balls. So there we go. I know, buddy. How do we load some extra ball lit? Ah, got the extra ball at the last minute. Let's see. Did it just kick a ball at me? Ah. I turned around to read chat, and I think I lost the ball. Alright, shoot again. Let's see. Gangway's lit. It's nice and bright now when he lights up. The whole, much better interactive. Looks much nicer now with these LEDs. and it'll be less work on the game too. This is another one of those games that takes quite a bit of power in it. Not as bad as Addams Family by any stretch of the imagination. I don't care if it's starting to annoy you, Rudy. We hate you, Rudy. Everyone hates Rudy. Everybody thinks Rudy's creepy. I don't think Rudy's creepy. We did not get to change out the white pop bumper because there's too many ramps in front of it. We have to take them off. So we saved that for another day. Don't know what another day is going to be. Wow, those are nice kicking. Nice. Up here like a million. Yeah, Rudy, I gotta get it to a spot where I can hit your face. Now, if you've never played this game before, it's kind of interesting. Rudy's eyes actually follow the ball around the playfield. They're on a set of coils that move him left and right and close his eyelids and things. I don't know. I don't think the stream can see that very well. We're going to get another 3-ball multi-ball here in a second. Ugh. If I can get it to the right lock. There you go. Down that lane, down there, bump it there. Bring this back, getting away it again. Oh, that was a bad move. That was bad. Yeah, actually, this is Megan's Funhouse. Bought this for her almost 2 years ago, I think. You know, of machines in the house, most of the pins are mine, but you know, Rudy, Funhouse is one she wanted, and Addams Family is one I really wanted, and so those are kind of our machines. We just finished the LEDs on it today. She wouldn't let me do it, but then after Pintastic, she decided it was better to give it a try. So we put some bright whites and some soft whites in some area, and then we added in a couple colors into the pop bumpers, but really nowhere else. I think we should probably add some color into some of these red inserts here, maybe under the super hot dog and things, put some red bright flashers and things in. We both kind of like the look of the lights with the, I call them condoms. They're just little plastisol dipped light bulbs, sleeves that you can put on. We both agreed that the colored LED ones just look kind of funky when they're exposed like that, and so we left incandescents in there. I'm hoping that someday I can get an LED that will fit, those sleeves will fit over, that'll give it the same look. But for now, we're going to just use incandescents for those, which is basically the 3 up here for Funhouse Frenzy, Extra Ball, and 500,000 points. The mirror here and here on the 2 signs. So yeah, we're kind of at a disadvantage again tonight because I don't have my my monitor over here. I normally have on my tripod a monitor that I can see the chat and you know, stream statistics and all sorts of stuff. Make sure my volume looks good and all of that. Unfortunately, I don't know where the really long HDMI cable is, so I ordered another one from Amazon. It'll be here on Thursday. They're cheap. They're $14, $16, something like that. So that'll get fixed soon. So I'm just kind of suffering tonight without my interactive monitor. but I think that's okay because I wanted to really get some streaming done tonight because it has been 3 weeks, and I missed some of you. Although the people that I missed, I don't think you've logged on yet. See, I gotta look at that ramp shot. There's something weird with that ramp gate sometimes. So, I mean, went through that time, but sometimes when you hit it, it doesn't go. I don't know if it's you're hitting it sideways or something, and it's hitting like the wicket instead of the mass of it. Come on, just go in that lock for me. It's getting late. Someone to let me know if the game audio needs to get turned up a bit. I turned it down because it was too loud, but now it seems like it might be a little too quiet. Okay, so just made it so I can see the chat window a little bigger. I might be able to read it if I look over my shoulder. Duck says it's a little bit too quiet. There we go, let's try that. And of course I did that. Come on. Why are you hitting that? Okay. Plunge that. And try again. Here we go. That should be a little better. Not that anybody really likes listening to Rudy anyways. I love hitting him in the face though. I mean, some people really hate this game. Nick Squid in particular. But I kind of like it. And I think it's much better than Red and Ted's. That one, I don't know. The two of them talking back and forth is just kind of weird. So I brought some games to Pentastic, did not sell any, bought one. It's an older one, it's a 72, it's electromechanical, it's a project machine. I'm probably going to do a re-theme with it. Damn, keep bouncing off of everything tonight. Power? Oh. Man, I just keep bouncing over stuff. It's trying to jump up on the ramps for me. Oh, good. Just wanted it to go up to the lock for once. Play better. Ah. Yeah, this is definitely a pin that needed LEDs. Megan just didn't want to lose the warmth of it, so we put warmer white LEDs in. It's a game that needs LEDs. I mean, they're brighter, and especially where this clock is, I think she agrees. The clock face looks so much nicer now. I tried to save that one. Now it sounds too loud to me. I'm gonna go down a peg. Hopefully not. Let's see if that's better. thought I was going to get the hideout. I thought it was funny, Rudy. I do have to say this playfield needs a coat of wax. It's got an overlay on it that was never clear coated, so it's a little tacky at times. You can see the ball actually stop and jump sometimes on this machine, but it's really good to have it working right again. I still have a feeling that there's a switch or something that's not working right that I can look at, but now that I know that the the trapdoor mechanism's working right and reliable. I'm happy about that. Very happy about that. And the trapdoor's in good shape, which... Alright, so now all I have to do is hit it in Rudy's mouth. What I try to do on this machine in particular is to try to get it fairly stall there so you have a second to try to get a shot out of it. Ugh. Not horrible. Yeah, I do. I need an LED strip in here. You're going to have to talk to Muffin about that one. She's the one who is opposed to that. But yeah, this bottom of the playfield's is plenty bright. But it definitely needs something down there, and I think there needs to be something under one of the upper ramps, too, in the back. Alright, give it to me so I can get it in his mouth. Ah, missed it. Oh my god, I can't believe I just flipped that late. The good thing about playing this at home is it's always free until you break something. It's never free when you break something. Ah. I've always hated that this part is open here. I've always felt that that should have a closed off ramp. I don't know why it doesn't. You know, it annoys me. Too soon. And there it goes again. Yeah, I think the scoops need lights too, like Addams Family, but that's me. I think all scoops should be lit. I'm actually gonna change one of the lights in Addams Family. We also do not have LEDs in any visible lights on the top on Addams Family. So the ones that are in the colored condoms, once again, they're incandescents as well because we just kind of like the look of those better. I really wish I could find the LEDs that kind of just had a dome on the top as opposed to. See, that should have went up there. I'm gonna have to look at that gate. I looked at it today and I didn't see anything wrong with it. But the Addams Family is fully LED'd except those little condomed ones. And I don't know, because I think I like to make it. I like it to look original. Oh come on, you're supposed to go a little faster than that. Oh yeah, it still jumped in there. Thought we were pals. You were wrong, Rudy. I really miss seeing my monitor here. I can't wait till that gets fixed. I may just have to go to Best Buy tomorrow and buy one. was trying to backhand it in because the gangway value was lit, but it wasn't going there. I was just missing it. And really, the interesting thing is the only way you can make the gangway shot, you can't backhand it from the left flippers because the upper flipper doesn't get out of the way quick enough. So really, the only way to hit that gangway shot when it's lit is to come down to the end of the flipper on the right side. Oh, I can't believe I just let that one just chip off the end. So I'm going to start streaming regularly again now that I am back home. Got a knockout tournament tomorrow at the club here in Nashua. Probably going to go to that. Don't know if I'm going to stream from there. Probably not. If I do, it will be low res. Well, low res for me. So it'll be 720 at 60 as opposed to 1080 at 60. Just for two reasons. Don't want to take my whole rig over there with all the cameras. They have a couple 720 cameras over there, and and the internet bandwidth isn't great over there either. So. Funny, it's hilarious, Rudy. Get yourself a hot dog. Alright, finally, we got a midnight again. Hope some of the West Coast friends sign on tonight. Haven't seen any of them in a while. So, we'll see if you guys come on. There's that trapdoor flapping again. I don't know what I just did there. Oh, come on. See, there's something wrong with the way that this assembly up here for this works. It gets stuck sometimes, and I don't know why. I'm gonna have to take it apart and throw a little silver ball at it for hours and hours until I can figure out why it's doing what it's doing. Over. Not fair. Hate it when the ball does that. You know, I'm not all about the LED lights and all the colors. I like to keep them original, but I do like adding some little mods on, especially to games like this. Games that really had great mods. I mean, some of them are pretty hokey, I have to admit. You know, I've seen some very bad hot dog ramp tunnels for this that have been 3D printed with very low quality. But I think the Funhouse light and the popcorn light, I think those are nice. I mean, I have seen people go wild on Addams Family before as well. And, you know, I didn't go wild on mine, but enough. Next pin I'm going to stream. Well, so Thursday, I'm going to be up at McSquid's, and we are going to stream Theater of Magic on Thursday night. Because he's probably listing his for sale. So we want to definitely stream that one before it goes. And then he has his roller coaster type. Did you see that? It just... I gotta look at that. His roller coaster tycoon from the show with that custom topper on it. We're gonna have to stream that one as well as his Fire and his Dark Knight 2000. He's still working on his Twilight Zone, and so we'll have to be streaming that once that one's done. It's at a bare play field at the moment, so it's going to be a little while before we're ready to stream that one. I have not streamed Addams Family in a while, so I figured I was going to stream this one because now that the trapdoor is working, I feel the game's more playable again. So we're going to stream this one tonight and probably another day next week. I think I'm going to do Addams Family. I should have recorded Megan and I doing the bulbs in this, which is what I always say, but I find it terribly boring. I don't know why anybody would want to watch someone change out the LEDs. And I kept getting electrocuted too, which was interesting, because my leg would hit the Addams Family machine next to it, and my hand would hit a coil, and lo and behold, minor voltage exchange there, because I was grounding out against the machine next to me, even though I wasn't touching two things on the same chassis here. And as we advise all people with Bally Williams machines, do not change bulbs while they're on, shut them off. There is that lovely transistor chip that you can blow out quite easily if you touch positive and negative together, even by accident. Not something you want to do, especially because they're usually not socketed. Oh good, I hit a step shot to take. I don't know why I was trying to bump it out. Yeah, I mean, I'll come out and stream at Todd's place too. I think someone should definitely be streaming the games that he has out there, especially the ones that aren't moving fast. I think some of these lesser known machines, if he started streaming them, or someone did, that they'd start moving. Jeez. I'm telling you, I feel like there should be a ramp right there. I don't know why there's not. I'm gonna have to look up and see if there is one there, and like this machine just doesn't have it, because it really does kill that game. It makes so many house balls. Now, yeah, I mean, if I was better, I could probably slap save it, nudge save it, but I can't. So there's a mix of LEDs in here. Some of them are Comets, and some of them are actually the really, really cheap ones from Pinball Life. Pinball Life has some soft white LEDs that you can buy pretty much by the thousands, or by the hundreds. They're really cheap by the thousands. And they come to be, I don't even remember, but far less than everybody else on the market. But they do have a higher failure rate of about 1 or 2%. So, and in some games they are ghosting. They are not non-ghosting bulbs, is what I should say. And in some games they do ghost. I predominantly use those on the EMs because you don't have a real ghosting problem on the EMs. They're either on or they're off. It's the solid state stuff that you really have ghosting issues. So with in this machine, they were mostly comets. And some other ones may have gotten mixed in there, but I don't think so. Looking at the quality of the brightness. Megan did point out to me that there were 3 bulbs that looked a different color under the clock, and we switched those out so that they all matched. So my guess is we may have had some of the cheaper grade ones mixed in there. So we took care of that. But Comet and Lights Out do both really good pinballs, but Comet's who I think I got these last ones from. And they were, let me see. I'd actually have to look at the order to see what brands they are. I know some of them were the Ghostbuster brand, and others were SM something. I don't remember. But for solid state machines, I really advise using a good quality LED. It's just going to save you aggravation. So when it comes to EMs, it doesn't matter. They weren't made for LEDs anyways. It doesn't matter one bit. And the cheapest bayonet base ones that Pinball Life has are in all of my early solid states and all of my EMs that I've gone through, and I've never had a problem with them. And they look really good. They look like original bulbs. They don't draw as much heat, so they don't. You don't have the flaking back glass problem. Which is, man, I'm sucking tonight. Play better. No, I might be able to move the iPad over here and set up chat on it. That might make life easier. I love that this game sometimes doesn't realize that it didn't trap the ball. So if you send it up the hidden hallway right next to Rudy's head, you'll hear that the ball will clunk through because the ball doesn't actually get stopped. But the switch thinks it needs to kick the ball, so it tries to kick the ball, which I've always thought was funny. Really, that was a ball? I hit one switch, so it was a ball. Can't wait to stream McSquid's Theater of Magic. Theater of Magic is a great game. I would love to have one of those. It's just so expensive, and right now is not a good time to be looking for one of those. But I would like a theater. Funny, he's all excited about his Twilight Zone, and I mean Twilight Zone's a great game, but I don't know, I kind of like theater better. I don't know, they lay out the ramps, the something, the generation of code. I have no idea. I can't. That was ridiculous. Yes, that was a word. When's my next trip down to TNT? I don't know. I still don't have a job, so I can go anytime. I got nothing going on at the moment. My mother's in town till Monday, and then after that, I'm free. So, Now, Tucky, he had a home use only Funhouse. Now, the importance of that is really because people weren't buying brand new pins in 1990. So, I mean, he owned TNT, so it made sense that he would, see that this is an amazing game and buy one for himself. That was bullshit, too. This game, I'm just going to get rid of this ball. So, it would make sense that he would have seen this game, but, I mean, I can't imagine that there were more than 10 home use only fun houses out there. I mean, there just weren't a lot of people. All right, maybe 20. I'm sure Pat Lawler got one and some other people that worked on the game. But for home use only, it's going to be pretty rare. And that may have been the lowest scoring game I've ever done on this. Almost hit it. And I can't believe he sold it. So, if you remember correctly, this machine, someone stripped the playfield and put an overlay on it. So this playfield does not play like its original. Now, Mike down in Connecticut actually has new playfields for this for $1,000, but it's a lot of work to swap the playfield in this vintage, and I don't think I'm up for the challenge on this one alone. So I think it's going to sit here for a little while in the state that it's in. That being said, I think I need to wax the hell out of this because it just doesn't slide right through me. But we haven't been playing it much because when the trapdoor broken, it was kind of just not fun. Without the trapdoor, you lose a lot of points on this game. I had actually had to replace some coils in Rudy's face. Taking Rudy apart is not the most fun thing in the world. It's a lot of small coils to move his eyes and his eyelids, and the mechs in there in general are just small. And so it was not a pleasant thing because, of course, I wanted to take a shortcut of fixing one thing, and then I ended up breaking his eyes, his eyelids, trying to get them to go back in. Yeah, I know. He had a theater and a big game. I know he sold the Big Bang Bar. He got good money for the Big Bang Bar. Really, the game's being mean to me. It's being mean to me tonight. I don't know why. Big Bang Bar is a great game. If you can ever get to play one. There was one at Pintastic 2 years ago. It was not in the free play room. It was in the hallway as a fundraiser. You could pay to play it. I think it was $1 or $2. Well worth it. Well worth the game. I wish they'd put it in a better location. I mean, I know why they put it where they did, but it was outside the free play room, right in front of where they're checking games in and out, and as a result, I felt like I was in the way when I was trying to play it, which was too bad because I think I would have had a better experience if it had been virtually anywhere else.
What game?
Big Bang Bar.
Oh, such a good game.
It was, and I think the problem I had with it was where it was placed at that year at Pintastic.
Oh, because it was in the thoroughfare.
Yeah, you felt like you were in the way while you were playing it, you know?
I kind of felt you were a spectacle more than
a spectacle as well, but...
But it did create a jam up if people were trying to watch you play.
Yeah, it was just in an odd spot.
But it was a good game.
And yeah, I know. Todd loves the class of 1812, and I don't know why.
I came down here to say, I have no idea why you haven't set up the iPad yet and put it on your Addams Family so that you could read it. I thought you were smart.
I think I'm too the stream.
And the other thing is, I can't find my lotion. Where did you put it? My new lotion.
Okay, give me a second. Yeah, I know.
That does need a little bit of lighting for streaming purposes, but I like it for playing with it so dark.
Yeah. Well, I do have the overhead lights off to prevent glass reflection.
Well, yeah.
All right, give me a minute, everybody.
This would be a prime candidate.
Why don't you play?
I don't.
You
It's ball 2. I don't want your ball.
Okay, well, let me finish.
Drain your ball.
Well, I don't drain balls in games. I play them. In this game, it only takes a minute to drain a ball.
Ha ha!
Bum, 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 bum. My grandmother had a clock that did that chime in her house.
Is that one a different color too? Or is it just the VA?
I don't know.
Like, because these are brighter, it looks like, than those two, but I don't know.
The Advance and the one up there are different colors.
No, the GR, the ones that spell great.
They should all be the same color in that one.
Okay. It may just be they're further away.
Okay.
Oh, that was only ball 2.
Yep. Dead Flip just followed us.
Yay! I was watching Dead Flip before you came because we were streaming his.
He was streaming Beatles.
I know, but he had
Walk that
Eminem
machine.
on in the background.
I know, I was listening to that too. I was listening to that.
And then you should have said, hey, I want a meatloaf.
I want a meatloaf pinball. Dead Flip, are you still on? I want a meatloaf pinball machine more than anything. More than anything.
I came down here to find out where
I've got all the answers. I've got it all laid out and designed.
where something is and get sucked into playing pinball. Oh, well, that's gonna. I'll play a couple games because that was horrible. It's probably gonna give me a new ball.
Yes, meatloaf.
Who? Did he
All right,
say that was a good
I'm
idea?
just gonna say. I'm just gonna tell you my idea. Seeing you're still on. A 2 out of 3 multi-ball. So you Stern builds. I say Stern because Stern does the musical machines. It'd be cool as a Jersey Jack too. But a button plunge machine, right? So the ball gets ejected into the shooter lane.
American Pin would do a good one too.
You've got 2 balls that you're playing, and the second you drain one, this one will auto launch. So you only got 2 out of your 3 multi-ball at all times, and there's no way for you to auto launch it, to push the button to launch it, because the code will restrict that. And then, I mean, you could have a Paradise by the Dashboard Light. I mean, Meatloaf in itself, you've got so much material there. You know, but all for it. Yes, we will collaborate together. We will do this. We will design it. I have the ideas. All right, so
We keep trying to come up with re-themes that she could do, but the play field layouts just aren't what she wants. So, and we can't do it on too old of a machine because then you can't do all the cool coding attachments and blah blah blah. I don't know. She's the techie person. I just play for fun. Haha, Rudy, take it. I'm so excited that the trapdoor works now. I mean, I haven't accomplished it, but why do you not like where the step down thing is? Why it goes drains? It drains just like the other side. I don't understand why that's a problem. This has 1, 2, 3. This has 2 lanes, and one just happens to drain it, just like the third one.
Yeah. I don't know if there is, because we're using Restream tonight. I don't know if I have a chat program for that, so we have to.
For what? Oh, well, that's. I mean, you can at least sign into your Twitch.
Yeah.
I mean, That's what I do when I'm on my.
Meatloaf's my favorite too, and I end up on Meatloaf at one point or another throughout the night.
Every stream.
Every stream, I end up putting Meatloaf on in the background somewhere.
You can't usually hear your music though when you play it.
Well, I don't crank it the way that Dead Flip does.
Max.
You crank your music in the background.
No, you do it more for
all right.
Ambiance.
Yeah, I do it to try to get them. That might work for tonight. Well, we'll see. Says we're all.
I can't believe you have the high scores on this machine, don't you?
Yes, I do. You need to work harder.
I know. Well, I haven't played it a lot since we've fixed it because I was frustrated with it. You got that high score though without.
No, that was a real high score.
Yeah. Well, you had one that was not
yes.
a real high score.
I had one that was a testing high score that I just entered my name in. Whack him in the face with your balls, honey.
I'm trying.
He's calling you Jeff.
I know, and I should have listened because that's the important ball.
Yeah.
Is when he
Smack
calls you. That's fine. This is. Ooh, trapdoor's actually open! No! It's fine. It's fine. I got too excited. It's fine.
Alright, good. I'm getting chat over here. Yeah, Dead Flip, I was watching you play Beatles. I was so jealous. I got to play that machine at Pintastic last week. I loved it.
That was fun.
It's a good machine. Unfortunately, the machines that they had all around it were so loud I couldn't hear the music.
That was unfortunate. Well, it was in the tournament.
Yes.
It was in the tournament area, which is never a great place for most pinball machines. You just concentrate on what you're doing. You don't care about anything else.
Yeah. There's a lot of people with, noise-canceling headphones and things.
I forgot to bring mine, and I was very upset because I could have stayed in the room a lot longer if I could block out some of the ambient noise.
Yeah. Well, and also that room was very hot this year compared to last year's. Yeah, I know. You get lucky. Stern takes care of you, and those of us schlubs have to buy and restore our own games, but. I think it gives for a good diversity because I don't have the newest Stern machine I have in the house is a Sopranos. It's 2005, and so with me, I kind of like streaming some of these older machines and some of the electromechanical stuff that I restore. And the good thing about that is I can get them working again and get them back into good condition, and then flip them and sell them to somebody and pick up another one. So I can rotate them in and out of the collection. The other thing is I'm up here in Nashua, New Hampshire. We have a pinball club up here. There's about 50 games over there in various states. But they've got some good stuff over there too. They've got not an ACDC. They've got a Metallica, a Kiss, a Lord of the Rings,
Squid got his best top score on that the other day, right?
Yes. Yeah. Well, Squid had a really good game on
Kiss.
On Kiss. I had a couple really good games on Kiss, and that one over there is particularly mean.
Why is
very
it
unforgiving.
Why is it particularly mean? It's the same game.
It's just,
Is it
okay? So
different rovers and yada yada? I know.
No, not just that. Even Adams families. I play on some Adams family, and I'm sure there's people on chat who can back me up on this. That on some Adams family, you can hit the bear ramp from both flippers, and from some you can't.
From some,
we can do both flippers on ours.
Is
But
it
on
a
some
leveling issue?
No, it's just little imperfections of where things get lined up and stuff make it the game totally different. The playfield wear totally different. Ours is in good shape, so we don't have those problems. You meant to sleep through this. Oh, good, Dead Flip, you like Sopranos. Oh, I'm glad you like Sopranos. So many people hate it.
It's a good game.
It's a good game. It's fun.
Once I got the hang of it, it's a much better game. You need to flip that flasher around though.
Yes, I will. I will.
When you restream.
Yes, I will.
Sopranos.
Next time I open, I need to clean the playfield on Sopranos because
it was at a convention.
It was at a convention. It got played a lot.
How many plays did you figure out it got?
I think it got over 2,000. I know that for sure. And we left the fuck mode on, which
they turned off.
Which was very, very funny.
Did you remember to turn off your filter?
No,
your filter for this.
Yes, it is off. It's been off.
Okay,
yeah.
Because they were blocking all kinds of nonsense the last time you streamed. And
McSquid, yeah, the trapdoor's working great right now.
I got too excited though. You missed it. You'll have to watch the restream and watch me drain a ball because I got so excited that the trapdoor was open that I like panicked.
Yeah, the bear ramp. Yeah, you can. My machine, you can hit the bear ramp from both sides, but so many other machines. The one that's in Boston that is sometimes at Flat Top, sometimes at A4K, sometimes at another location.
The one they rotate.
The one they rotate through. The right flipper, you can't do it, and it drives me crazy because I'm used to.
Oh, did I get
to do it. I think you did.
Yes, yeah. I used to be able to get that every time. And then drain the ball.
What we need to get is some of those.
Okay. I still think it's hilarious that I get a Rudy hit, even though I didn't touch Rudy in the face. I should start wearing contacts for this nonsense.
Yeah, Megan can't come up. Megan can't come up on Thursday for the Theater of Magic stream, so we're streaming theater Thursday night a bit earlier. Because McSquid is going to sell his... We call him McSquid. I don't know why your Twitch name is not McSquid, Squid.
But it's the cephalopod.
I know, but...
It's a different kind of squiddish creature.
Isn't
it?
I don't want him to sell his theater. I like the theater. I just don't have $6,000 to give you for it.
You can just store it here till he sells it.
I could do that. But that would mean I'd have to move it.
Yes. Yes, it would. Twice. In and out of this basement.
Yeah. I love Theater of Magic. I don't know about anybody else. Oh, sorry, babe.
Sorry.
I think theater is a great game.
Just trying to kill me.
I'm not trying to kill you.
Trying to step on my foot that's already injured.
So, yeah, definitely, this is definitely playing a lot better than it was. You're not playing any better than you were.
You know, push. It is the first time...
Tim, I agree.
And
6K is a great deal for his Theater of Magic. And Squid just doesn't want it anymore. It's in beautiful, beautiful condition. We're going to stream it on Thursday. Squid's got a good rig. I'm going to bring up... Squid, do you have a 922 camera, or do you need me to bring my two? Let me know. But he's had it for a year in his collection, and they just don't play it as much. And he's restoring a theater. He has that great restoration. We've got a ton of pictures that we're going to post soon. I don't know if...
the Playboy ones?
Yeah, well, the Playboy ones and the roller coaster. You know, Deadflip, I don't know if you were on. I think you'd be really impressed. Okay, you do have a 922 for the playfield. So I think Deadflip, I think you'd really be impressed on the quality of the restorations that he did. We got 3 best in show on the 3 machines that we brought down. Gorgeous, gorgeous topper that he built for the top of roller coaster. And so we got to stream that too, Squid. And we definitely have to stream theater before you sell it. Such a great fun game.
He said 7K, not 6.
Oh, I'm sorry, 7K.
I mean, that's still a good price.
It is still a good price for it. I mean, that machine's just so clean and beautiful. Well, I don't have 7K because I know I don't have 6K.
Yeah, you can't go up in the number. And
yeah. Sam says hi, Megan.
I saw. I did a little dance, but you were talking. I did that.
I'm always talking.
I know. I'm horrible at this game tonight. It could be... So... The night that we came home from Pintastic, I wasn't moving pinball machines, but I went to go outside and I sprained my ankle on my front steps. So I'm a little maimed and it still hurts over a week later. My ankle's fine. Another part of my foot hurts, so I'm trying to make sure that goes away. But I can't stand still for very long, so pinball puts a strain on it. I kind of stand like a flamingo naturally anyway, but I have to do it with the opposite foot now, and it's weird.
Sam, thanks for the follow. Appreciate that. Yeah, we don't have any of those nifty Titan maps yet.
No.
I went to go order one, and I went to use Buffalo's code, Buffalo, to get 10% off, but the code didn't work.
What?
So I got a message and see why their code's not working.
Is it from an old stream or a new stream?
I think they're still an active sponsor, though. It wasn't that old of a stream, so...
Yeah, I think the girl that I watch, Christine, the girl I watch for my nail art stuff,
yeah.
I think a lot of her codes still work, even though now that she has her own collection out, I don't know if they work anymore. But she used to have a couple affiliate codes that you could get like 10% off.
Oh yeah, Tim, we do a multi-stream, so we stream to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch all at the same time. I used to also go to Periscope, but Periscope's resolution is so bad you can't follow the ball, so I stopped.
I hate Periscope so much.
So we just do a multi-stream to the 3. So you may not be seeing all of the chat, Tim.
Not that there's much.
I mean, there was a bunch with Dead Flip and
okay,
people.
I play differently if I'm on a stool and I don't enjoy it. It's a very different experience, and I need more practice at it.
It is different because you move different when you're sitting.
Yes, exactly. And no, I'm not doing cool slap saves and all that nonsense yet. But I have such a habit of not doing that because I hate it that I just don't have that as a muscle memory thing yet. So we'll see how that goes.
So those of you guys who tuned in, because I see we got a bunch of users that came over for a little bit off of probably when
Dead Flip went off.
When Dead Flip went off, I was probably the only pinball person.
Yes, I think you and him were the only ones on tonight.
So,
because it's Tuesday.
I normally have a monitor up next to the pinball machine so that I can read chat. Unfortunately, I don't know where the big long HDMI cable went to.
I have no idea where you put that.
I have no idea. So I just ordered a new 25-foot one. It'll be here in a couple days from Amazon. So
you can be patient. You don't have to go to Best Buy and pay more money than you have to.
Oh, you hit the hideout.
Yeah, I did it backwards. I don't do it very often backwards, but...
Awesome, Tim. Yeah, Twitch is going to have most of the chat.
I'm surprised your mom didn't come down to hang out with you. You should invite her down the next time. Just hang out.
So tomorrow, I think I'm going to be over...
We could be showing off her whoopie pie cupcakes.
So tomorrow, I think I'm over at the club tomorrow night for the knockout tournament there. And then Thursday, I'm streaming Theater of Magic at McSquid's. And then, I don't know, Friday, Saturday, what I'm going to do. If I'm going to have any time.
Yeah, you're right, McSquid. You're right. Considering this is like the worst games I've played ever. Ever. What was that? Reminding you to drink water?
No, that was another follow. So thanks, Grim Tim, for the follow. Yeah, we're streaming Funhouse tonight. We got it fixed recently.
Thank you, McSquid.
Trapdoor just needed to be cleaned and put back together, and
You had to resolder
I
something
had to
else today.
resolder. Yeah, I had to resolder something else. We went through. Squid, she finally let me put LEDs underneath, so we went and did that today.
And then I picked on the color.
Yes, and then she was very specific about the color.
Well, there were 3. The 2, the 3, and the 7 were a different shade of yellow, and it was because the light bulbs were just different. I don't know, lumens. I don't know what
I think
that
it was
would be.
just slightly different color temperature.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I couldn't remember what.
That would be in degrees Kelvin. Useless information.
But
lumens is
but
the brightness
lumens is the
measured.
brightness.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah,
it looked less bright, but it was more that it was the wrong color.
Yeah, I think it was.
That's
the wrong
measured
color.
in kelvins. Color is measured in kelvins.
It's colors.
Kelvin's a temperature.
Yeah, it is.
But it's like a physical temperature, isn't it?
Yes, but daylight is. I can look it up and show you. It's measured in degrees Kelvin. Color temperature of light. I worked in television, remember?
That's
5,500 degrees Kelvin.
Americans are weird.
I'm aware. 5,500 degrees Kelvin is daylight. 4,500 degrees Kelvin is fluorescent light. I could give you all the different
I'm
ones.
good. You can keep that over
5,600, yeah.
Who are you talking? Who said that? Oh, Tim.
Tim
Of
said
course he knows
5,600.
Switch plus coil. Oh, what? What? He's talking about something and I can't.
Oh, Tim's got the same one. Yeah. So yeah, you ended up resoldering the switch coil and then filed down the burrs and got back in line. I then today when we were doing the lights, we went and
See the scoop here?
the kick out underneath. I must have knocked a wire off.
Sorry, I need to put my fingerprints.
That's
all
fine
over
because we
this.
just cleaned the glass.
I know.
So I had to resolder that. Yeah, Tim knows. You see 3,200 degrees Kelvin's house light.
You know what? Stop showing off.
See, I remember things occasionally. Occasionally. I'm hoping some of the regulars come on. Oh, Tim did film. That makes sense. I mean,
That doesn't make sense.
I haven't seen any of the regulars.
Yeah,
I mean, I know
but
it's
you
been.
haven't been.
I haven't been on for
3 weeks, and they used to come on every single stream.
They'll come back. They'll come back.
I know. I miss Peppers.
Peppers will be on. I'm not worried about that.
But if you start talking to techie, Peppers goes away. So.
Not too techy.
You and the boys from California were talking very techie one night, and they disappeared. I don't mod your channel for nothing, so I'm still mad that I can't get a Doom hammer.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I have to have a sword.
Yeah, I don't know why it's a sword instead of a hammer. I think a hammer.
I mean, anything. I don't know. A gavel? I don't know. I don't understand why they picked a sword.
Yeah.
That seems foolish.
Gavel.
I know. Hammer, gavel, literally anything like
Night,
that.
Squid. I'll see you tomorrow night.
Ooh, a cane so you could drag him off the screen. Haha. I'm not a dork.
I do need to order Titan rubbers and that Titan pad, so I do need to get a hold of Buffalo and find out why their code's not working.
Oh no! Oh, why did I do that?
I don't know. Why'd you do that?
I fixed my glasses.
Why'd you do that?
I have a habit. It's called I wear glasses and I need them tightened. Especially on this side. They're very loose.
Well, you got to see our friend Jill.
I know. Oh,
Night, Sam. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you tomorrow too.
Oh,
Yeah, she was planning on coming to the club.
damn. Oh, at the club.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm like, wait.
Yeah, Tim. People like the same time and place all the time, and I was really reliable for a while there until
Yeah,
we went
you
on
were.
vacation. I was streaming pretty much every night, late night. The times when I was the only one on. But here on the East Coast, it gets really late for people because we're already at, what time is it? It's 12:25, and we've been streaming. What time did I start streaming?
And your streams usually average 4.5
Yeah,
hours.
well, 3.5 to 4, yeah. I mean, we've been streaming an hour and 15. This isn't going to be a long one tonight. Although it might be because
You have stuff to do though tomorrow.
Yeah, I do, but I mean, I haven't really got to play much since you've been there. It's fine. Watching you play.
You're talking to the people.
I am. Oh, Sam, you've never seen the club.
What?
Oh, that sounds good.
It's super cute. It's definitely, I mean...
It's definitely a boys' club. You'll understand when you see it.
I mean, it's not... We've been to boys' clubs. That
Yes.
is not nearly as bad as other places we've been.
I think the good thing about the club is it's just the fact that it's there, and
I'm playing one more game and then I have to go upstairs. 'Cause my foot's
I
gonna
like
snap.
the club. The fact that it's right here in town, and there's a community of people with pinball that do tournaments and have machines.
You guys got to pair up though and fix some of those machines.
Yeah.
There's like a whole entire row of machines that
Well,
don't work.
I mean, some of them were rode pretty hard at.
No, some of them weren't the ones that didn't even go. But yes, they were all rode hard at,
some rode pretty hard
at Pintastic. So.
Yeah, I think the one I was most impressed with at Fantastic was how well.
I like less action here.
Less action. Here.
It's warehouse.
You'll see and you'll understand.
Mill building?
Mill building, yeah.
I mean, it's not the most sketchy part of town, thank goodness.
No, there's been worse. Oh, that looks really good.
There's definitely worse places.
What'd you think?
There's definitely been
Yeah,
worse
definitely
places.
worse places in town. But what was I gonna say? I'm
I don't
really
know.
tired.
I know. Well, we've been busy, and
Yeah.
you had two phone things today, and
I'm saying something though. I don't remember.
I have no idea. Which game were you impressed with at Fantastic that the people from New Hampshire brought from the club?
Oh no, I mean the club.
You said that you were really impressed by.
Oh, I was really impressed
game.
that Mark's machine, his homebrew machine, held up for the weekend as well as it did.
Oh my God!
I mean, that's the testament.
And he didn't pull
to
it out until
the very
Sunday
end.
morning.
Yeah. So there were two people who had homebrew machines.
He won best in show. I mean, there were only two machines.
Yeah, there were
but
only two machines. And Mark put a lot of work by kind of setting himself a deadline that he would have it playable and working for Pintastic. And
he did a good job.
he did a good job.
There were
and,
some quirks, but nothing fancy.
and it lasted.
Yes.
And through the event, which is hard.
Yeah, I have to play this game more because I am horrible at it right now. There is no reason why I should not be getting over 1 million.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why you're not playing.
I'm just not.
Yeah.
I'm
We're
just
all
not
tired.
in tune, and I'm trying to pay attention to people talking stuff.
I keep telling people that I've streamed video games and I've streamed pinball. And streaming pinball's hard because
That's
trying
why
to talking.
I have to get in the habit of waiting till the ball drains and then looking instead of trying to look while I'm still playing.
I can multitask a bit.
Give me my ball back. Oh, another actor died today. So,
I saw Ross Perot.
yeah, no. If Dead Flip was on, he'd be like, oh yeah, so-and-so. Because somebody was on his thing and it had like just been announced within 30 minutes. The guy that played the head guy at Men in Black.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I can't remember his name right now. Like at all. He was like 80-something years old. I'm like, oh man. I mean, when you get in your 80s, you're like counting down pretty darn fast for a lot of people.
Yeah, but what I was talking about was Mark's build quality on his homebrew machine. It's amazing that the machine stood up all weekend. You really see the torment that these machines can go through at a show like that.
Well, we yelled at somebody. We didn't yell at them. We were just like, what are you doing to this poor machine? And it turns out that was their machine and they were trying to fix it.
Yeah,
Hey, I got over 1 million. Sorry, I'm addicted now.
No, it's alright. I'm glad you're enjoying the game again. again.
I am. I'm super happy. I was so upset about that trapdoor. I was like, I'm never playing it again. It's dumb.
Yeah, the dad from Freddy got fingered. That's what he was saying.
Wow, I have not seen that movie
I haven't seen
in
that.
mad long. There's another one that's very similar to that movie in the same era.
I don't know how you keep missing that.
I don't know. Because if you flip this flipper, you open up yourself to torment, is what it is.
Yeah, but if you just keep it out, it'll at least bounce off the hot dog
Yeah.
and won't go down the drain.
But that's not what you want to do. Oh, I need to learn exactly where on that I need to hit.
Yeah.
Because I've never been able to do it, so it didn't matter.
Right.
I do like the colored LEDs. They're not so bright
Yeah.
that it's problematic.
Yeah.
Like there was somebody that had in like clear bumpers, I think it was, or white bumpers, and they had a color, and it was just way too bright. I don't know what they did.
You're right. He was in Dodgeball too,
Yeah, he
Sam.
was.
That's right.
Oh, Rip Torn.
Rip Torn.
Oh, Sam was saying goodnight to.
I thought she was saying goodnight to us.
No.
She said same right, so I figured she was calling in a night. Good save there. You ain't seen the likes of me. That was a Daria.
Yeah, it was. Hey, at least I didn't look to see where the ball went, like I used to. I mean, I still do. Who am I kidding? I can't find a cheap version of that game, Escape from the Lost World, that I like so much. It was such a cheesy game, but I loved it and had cute little features, and
Escape from the Lost World.
it was
At Pintastic, so to explain to everybody on stream, Pintastic, someone brought an Escape from the Lost World.
it was a good game. I was the last person to play it,
Yeah.
and then the ball got stuck.
They,
And it was lit artistically with
rope light.
yeah.
So the GI lighting had been removed and replaced with a rope light that was plugged into the wall that was routed through the coin door. Wow. I thought this was like your favorite machine.
Excuse you. They can see you, you know.
They can?
Yeah. You didn't know that?
No, I didn't. I wasn't sure how well they could see.
See, that would have been a nice
slap
little.
slice, yeah.
Someone was talking on Dead Flip's feed though about a Weird Al machine.
Yeah, I saw
That
Weird
was
Al in
so
front of a machine that Dead Flip took a picture of the other day. He was playing Metallica and something.
Metallica and something.
No, at something. I don't know where
Oh,
they were.
at
but,
something.
There was a picture of Weird Al playing Metallica pinball.
I don't think
and
he's
Dead
made it to Boston or New Hampshire yet for his orchestra tour. They're doing a full orchestra. Some of them you get a smaller orchestra, and some of them you get like a legit full orchestra.
Gotcha.
And I just
We've
that would
already
be-
seen Weird Al.
I know, but that makes
Good save.
no difference. You can see him again, and he won't have the same opener. So
Yeah, but that was the best part of the whole show.
no, it was
Joe
not.
Phillips was the best part of the whole show, Weird Al. The man's a riot. I'm trying to get the seat all the way up. There we go.
Same bits every
Every
night.
night.
Never gets old. I don't know how.
Because if you say anything in that stupid voice, it's hilarious.
Isn't that his real voice?
I doubt it.
And that was my last ball. No, ball 2. Oh, that was ball 1. Oh, I wasn't doing. I mean, I'm
Horrible.
still doing horrible, but you know. It's fine. I'm not really trying. I'm just trying to feel the machine out tonight. It's getting really
I
late.
don't understand why the ball's popping like that. And
Oh, down that ramp?
yeah,
That's
not,
always been a problem.
I know. I don't know why. I have to figure that out.
I mean, at least it's not like some of the games we've played where like the ramp is so steep that it's like, how do you expect me to get up that ever?
Yeah.
See, I did it that time.
Yeah.
I think you're just not making it up.
No, it's like getting stuck on the basket switch there.
The what?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
How?
I don't know. I've got to sit and play with it with the glass off and figure it out.
Well, you take that glass off and you put it way far away.
I think you need to put pin blades in this though, down the sides.
Oh, that's not horrible. The ones that had the cool Ferris wheel and stuff on them. I was kind of mad that they weren't there because we totally would have bought them. But I'm going upstairs to finish moderating, and I have to catch up on some emails and things. So
I don't think I'm going to play that much longer, anyways.
oh,
I'm
I'll
probably
see
going
you
to
in
pay
an
for.
hour.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that I'm not going to play for very long, but that does mean an hour. She's right.
You still didn't tell me where my cool lotion is.
It should be next to the Alexa in the kitchen. It's
Okay.
a bottle with an eyedropper.
Oh, that. Oh, yep.
All right, guys. Let's. Now that Megan's got the machine warmed up and the coil's moving, let's see what we got. Power on. Yeah, mirror blades do change how you can lift the playfield in and out, but there's a really nice set for this machine. That really, I don't mind the blue inside cabinet on this, but the mirror blades really do. They've got some really nice lit ones too. I'm hoping this machine will be stable soon. Oh, come on. Stay away from the clock. I don't have any machines with blades. I mean, I think the only blades that I've ever seen that I thought, like, man, that machine needs them. Tron had a set of lit mirror blades in it at a show once, and I just looked at that machine and I was like, wow, that looks like that should have been there from the beginning, you know. And I usually don't feel that way about certain mods, but I think Funhouse looks good with blades, and there's a really nice set for Adam's Family as well. That's a nice add-on. I don't think it's needed for Adam's Family because I mean the inside of that case is black, but this is like bright blue, and I think the Funhouse one with the Ferris wheels and stuff would really make the machine pop nice, and they tie in with the back glass well. Alright, I was supposed to be able to hit that one. Alright, slow this down and try that. Ah, that one's stuck. Yeah, Todd's got to recover. It's gonna take him a while to get better from this last heart attack. Good. Glad we didn't lose him. Probably better off because I'm playing like crap tonight too. You know. The Thursday stream will be earlier. I'm going to tell everybody that. Because McSquid has a job. He's not a night owl like I am. So the Thursday stream this week of Theater of Magic, we're probably going to start much earlier. 6:30, 7 o'clock is my guess, and we will wrap up and be done by 10. Now that doesn't mean that I won't necessarily come home and stream after that, but we're definitely going to do an earlier Theater of Magic stream that night. And as most nights, you know, subject to me being able to stay awake, I'm probably only going to give us another 20 minutes or so. Finish out a couple 2-hour stream will probably be good. Had a lot of new people on tonight, which was nice. Tim, I think we all play best with the glass off, by the way. The problem is there's just so many games, and they all have such different logic and different rules that until you really know what does what on some of these, it's really hard to get a good high score on them. And a lot of times it's easier to show people all the features of a game with the glass off. I was trying to get to the fuck mode on Sopranos the other day, and it was just easier for me to pull the glass, and because I was doing the same repetitive shots over and over again. I had to hit 2 switches on the side, throw it up into the Satriali's bank. 2 switches, throw it. 2 switches, throw it. Until it finally randomly gave me the fuck mode so I could show someone who was over here. And, you know, it's completely cheating, but, you know, it's not a high score you're going to register. But it does help people understand what they need to do. And sometimes that's the best thing, is just pull the glass off and go through the functions. Todd did a good job of that in the early days on machines. I think I need to turn these coils down. They seem to be too hard. I keep bouncing the ball everywhere. You know, but I think there's just so many. He's done so many machines at this point that not a lot of and a lot of the newer Stern stuff all has really good playthroughs, because competition people, they know they're going to see those, so they do good playthroughs of it. But I mean, imagine if you had never seen Doodlebug before, and and you're going to a competition. You really don't know what to do in that game, and you're at a disadvantage. Where if the local club has that machine, the local club members have played it dozens of times. So this happened in Pintastic. We have a pin bot over at the National Club here that has a Powerball in it. So they call it Powerbot. And it plays so much differently than any other pin bot you've ever seen. And as a result, people who weren't members of the club weren't really doing as well at the tournament because it was one of the machines they were getting put on. And, so even though the person knew the rules and the logic, that little variable really changed the game for them. And, the same thing can happen with Adam's Family. I mean, I know Adam's Family is not the greatest competition machine in the world, but when you think about it, they play so differently based on so many variables that really could give someone a huge advantage or disadvantage if they're familiar with that in particular machine. So, for me, I don't really like competition pinball anyways. I am very much a casual player. This is really, all the machines I have in the house here are machines that I enjoy. And that's just the best way for me. I'm trying to make sure no chat's coming in while I'm playing. But I mean, someone could come to a competition. If I did a tournament here at the house, my Adams Family, my Funhouse, these machines play very differently than other machines. You know, the good thing is most of the new Stern machines kind of play the same, right? And people are doing very good playthroughs of those, so they can teach them for tournament. And you know, I started watching Todd's channel years ago because he was doing playthroughs of old games, and we're not streaming old, you know, people don't always stream old games, people don't do playthroughs of old games on YouTube, and I think that's fantastic. So, that bulb is hot. Start button on this thing is, obviously doesn't have an LED in it. Button's warm. This thing looks so much better. So much better with the LEDs in it. I'm telling you. I could have slapped that. I could have slapped that. Totally could have slapped that around. It's really strange not having my monitor here. I'll have it back next time. So I had some good job interviews this week, which is nice. Yeah, that hit the gate. Yeah, and the ball's just hitting something back there. I don't know what it's hitting. It's like popping up and... Ow! What did I ever do to you? Oh, I could have smacked that one over too. It's probably because I'm tired. Bum, 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 bum.
You're looking very unhappy.
Do you know where the ball is? 'Cause I set it up that lock corridor, but... Find it yet? There we go. It found it. Oh no. Yeah. So I do have... How can I keep missing that shot? I love that his jaw moves when he snores. Todd can always watch the playback. Well, the playback of this one was mostly Megan. She came down and wanted to play. I moved my... Oh man, that was ridiculous. You should just give me that back. There you go. You know, the good thing about good Pat Lawler play fields is that you can always kind of do drills. You know, in Adam's Family, you go up the bear ramp, you come down, you hit, you know, you go to shoot up to the shoot for thing, comes out of thing, whack it, either go up to the other two ramps, drop down, sweep it back up the bear ramp again. This machine has a very similar playthrough that you can do as well, which of course involves that shoot there. You can try to do something here, of course. But at the end of the day, if you can get it up the ramp, which this machine you always can't always do. Off the ramp, over here, do this little figure eight, kick the ball out there, smack it over to Rudy's face again. But you gotta reliably be able to get up these ramps, which I can't do on this machine. I don't know why that is. Well, that one in there. I gotta turn my iPad so it doesn't turn off when I'm doing this. Make sure I don't miss any chat. Alright, watch the hidden hallway. Yeah, this looks beautiful all lit up the way it is right now. Oh my god. I can't believe I just drained 2 balls. Instantly. Oh, really? Oh, thanks. Yep, y'all just saw that. Thank you. Call out from Adam's family. It's very supportive for a change. We'll never stop tormenting you. You torment me, Ed Boon. I'm gonna torment you. Come on. Settle down. There we go. That's where I wanted you. Ah. Frenzy! Yeah, I got all 3 lit there. I gotta get to the steps. That's what I have to do. Called me a big sausage. Now he's telling me to go play on the steps. Now I gotta get up to the steps. Oh! Yeah, you're watching me, alright. You're watching me stink. That wasn't a bad game, but it wasn't a good game either. Might be meatloaf time, everybody. Get yourself a hot dog. It's time for meatloaf. It's 1 a.m. You know where your children are. Alexa, play meatloaf.
Shuffling songs by Meatloaf on Amazon Music.
Bang, 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 bang. I know, Rudy. Okay, come on, let's spell steps. I was trying to hit the T there, but that's okay. I'll take the pop. That's the T. Oh! Oh. Feeling like a bat out of hell, way down in the valley tonight. Here come the copyright police from Amazon, from YouTube. And wherever you go, wherever you go, I'm gonna be so right. For the final crack of dawn. One night together, I'll be doing on. Like a bat out of hell, I'll be gone when the money comes. It's over like a bat out of hell, I'll be gone, gone, gone. Hell, I'll be gone. Ah, come on, get up that ramp. I want to go play on the steps. Get up that ramp. I'm gonna. I'm trying to hit the ramp shot, but I keep... There we go. Nothing is wrong, nothing is wrong, yeah, Tim, I will. I'll send you a Facebook message with my contact info. Make sure you have it. I don't know why that didn't go out the gate. Oh, I gotta be damned, you know I wanna be damned. Dance until the night comes through. I wanna be damned. Gotta be damned, you know I wanna be damned. Dancing through the night, dancing through the night, dancing through the night.
You're looking
Alright, steps lit. Once. Okay, I got all 3 steps lit. Now all I have to do is get it up the ramp. Oh. No! 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 I had everything lighted. I had everything locked the way I wanted it to. Damn it. I wanted to start Frenzy. Like a bat out of hell, I'll be gone when the money comes. It's over like a bat out of hell, I'll be gone, gone, gone. Like a bat out of hell, I'll be gone when the money comes. Before the gates of heaven. Well, I mean, these gangway bonuses are nice, but they're nowhere near the points that I want from doing other stuff. I can't believe that bounced over there. Back to you. Yeah, Tim, I did talk to Mike when I was at the show, and he gave me his card. I'm going to get in touch with him probably next week after my mom's gone. About going down maybe once a week and streaming what he's got for either new equipment or stuff that he wants to, some older stuff that's reconditioned that he wants to sell. I think that would be nice. Because he's not that far from here. If I could set a schedule with him. Because odds are, if I buy any new machines, they're probably going to be from Mike anyway, so, you know. Loaded up the steps already. Ramp shot. God, why can I not get the ramp shots tonight? I'm getting these gangways, but I don't want the gangways. There we go. Step shot, finally. What do we got? Frenzy. Come on, Frenzy. There we go. There we go. Frenzy! That's what I wanted. Man, this machine looks great now in Frenzy mode with the LEDs. Pop bars, come on, give me some points. Alright, let's go play on the steps. There we go. Let's do the Frenzy again.
You're looking very unhappy.
I've always thought that this machine in particular should have a chime box just for the pop bumpers. I think the pop bumpers in this with the chimes would be amazing. Well, remember every little thing as if it happened only yesterday. I've been down the lake and oh God, how do I keep missing mouse shots? Play better. And all the kids at school, they were listening to me at night. Listen to time. Bum-ba-dum-bum. Felt so good, I never felt so right. Going like the middle on the edge of the night. Going like the middle on the edge of the night. Come on. Oh, good. I can still play on the steps here. Bang. Come on. Why wouldn't you bang for me? That trap door is just like open, waiting. And I can't get the ball there. I got an extra ball lit. Oh, I got the extra ball. Oh my God! Now keep in mind, I haven't played this game in a long time because it's been without this shot. The game's reasonably useless, but I can't hit this to save my life tonight. Listen tight. Never felt so good, never felt so right. Hold tight. Come on. I thought it was funny. I think the viewers thought it was funny, Rudy. I think you're the only one who doesn't think it's funny. The dashboard. Oh. We don't know. I lost my dashboard. All right, good. All right, so either way here, I really want to start Frenzy. So when I plunge this ball, I have to hope that I hit. Oh, wait, tonight we're gonna go all the way. I really want to hit Frenzy before. Oh. Okay, good. There we go. Again. Extra ball and into his mouth and a gulp. So we still have Frenzy on. And now we have the extra ball lit. Two in play. One in play. Yeah, so we stream on YouTube as Jillian Hafner. Should be the only one there. Give me I had an extra ball lit, but I guess I did not get it, and it took it away. Which stinks, because I really could have used that right now. Especially after that. Got a sausage bonus for 1,000,000, that was good. This is actually not a bad game, 14-5, 15-5. Player 1, enter a high score. So I did get a high score, and the rule is when I'm streaming, I don't use my initials, I use Pinball Princess Jillian. High score number 3. Awarded a credit. Wow, it's on free to play. Who cares? See? Meatloaf comes on the radio. I play better pinball. Do you love me forever? Do you need me? Baby, baby, do you sleep on it? Can you sleep on it? I'll leave you an answer in the morning. Telling you, Meatloaf Pinball Machine, Paradise by the Dashboard Lights, 2 out of 3 ain't bad, bad out of hell. I mean, you can see the toys just in your head. I mean, it's so easy to do. And the music just screams bowling alley, roller rink, disco arcade, you know, the whole thing. It's got it. The whole theme's there. Focused on trying to get the ball over there. I'm not focused on where the ball's going. Alright, spelled steps. Get up there! I hear the diverter clicking. Ball wouldn't go up the damn ramp. See, I hit that one just right. It didn't go up there. There's something wrong with that gate. I don't know what it's hitting on the backside. When it snaps up, what the ball's jumping into. But there's definitely something wrong there. That's not normal. Hit the gangway instead of the T. Hide out. See, it didn't go. Not that time. Alright. I want to light this machine up tonight. Oh, man. Damn. Alexa next. Alexa next. Oh, no, not this one either. Oh, something else. Alexa next. Alexa next. Ah, here we go. There we go. You can't run away forever. There's nothing wrong with getting a good head start. Oh, it was so close. Did you see that? Gonna show the way the seasons of the broken hearts. Listen out, dreams together. So strong. Thanks. Gods. This looks so much nicer with the LEDs. I'm never gonna lose it. I know you got the ashes to prove it. Something that I told you. Tell you again that it's true. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be playing, guys. So thanks everybody who logged in, and hope that we can get Peppers and the regulars from the West Coast back on here soon. I know it's a weird week with the holiday and everything, and a lot of people are out of town. Needed the most from rock and roll dreams come true. I'm streaming a little over 2 hours. Megan took most of that off me, so... Hey, Baru! Thanks for coming on and joining in! I really needed the most. That's when rock and roll dreams come true. For you. I always thought this instrumental had a very, late 90s... I can't think of the TV show that it was. Heights or something like that. It was a TV show that was a spin-off of 90210, and their opening sounded very familiar to that. Okay, let's get the P. I think I nixed the P. No, it didn't hit it. Ah! I know you got these answers to prove it. Must have gotten it. Ah! I told you. It's true. Oh. Yeah, I just shot it in the door. Yeah, I mean, it didn't register that trapdoor shot. I know I have a switch in here that needs to be adjusted, but I didn't think it was that one. Huh. The beast was around. I gotta see if I have blue LEDs for STEP. I think they'd look better in blue, because those are actually blue, dark blue inserts, but they're getting washed out by the LEDs. I think blue LEDs would make it look nicer. I'm gonna have to try that after the stream. If I have the right type. I think I do. I think I have the right blue ones for those. And I probably have 4 of them. I'll play on the steps when I'm ready to play on the steps. I guess I'm ready to play on the steps. I'm ready to lose on the steps, but that was no accident. You're right. That was no accident. I meant to hit you in the face. Tim, I don't know if I played Nightmare Castle. I don't remember playing Nightmare Castle. Where was it? I did have fun. I did have fun playing. Playing American Pinball's new Oktoberfest. And I was surprised because the theming in it is very, very kitschy, and I don't like that. It's just, you know, it's too overboard, too cartoony. Too cartoony is the word I'm looking for. And but the gameplay is fantastic. It's got all the things I like. I like ramps. I like drop targets. I like spinners. And it's got those. I think that's why I like Theater of Magic so much. It doesn't have the drop targets, but it's got good ramps. It's got good spinners, and I love a game with a good spinner. I wish this had a spinner on it. I mean, if they'd put a spinner on the gangway shot over there, I think I would have been really happy with this. Get up there! Oh my god, the ball's stuck on a switch, guys. Oh, alright, well, that might be it. Because that ball's good and stuck. I know exactly where it is, but... I think I just kick those balls. I love you. Yep, I knew that was going to happen. Love you. I did like Wonka. I liked Wonka a lot, actually. Far more than I thought I was going to. Really, really happy with Wonka. Like, almost ripped money out of my wallet that I don't have by a Wonka. So, there will be a Wonka coming to my house in the future. It's going to be a couple of years, I think. Kind of like a dialed in. I want a dialed in as well. But it's just not in the cards at the moment, you know. But I think a Wonka would be great. I don't like that the standard edition doesn't have the Wonka Vader. Really wish it did. You know, because I do like that extra function of the gameplay that got added there. But game's still very playable without it. Most of them at Pentastic did not have it, and I didn't feel like it was missing anything. But the ability to steal someone's ball locks and things, you know, more reminiscent of an old EM. I like that feature a lot, and I think the general theming and everything. The theming was great on it. The sound was great on it. The call, everything, well done. Good build. Good build. I mean, I don't think it's really missing anything. And that's one of the important things. I feel like, and a lot of people feel this way, that if you're by a Stern Pro machine, a lot of times the game doesn't feel like it's finished. Like there's not enough. When you buy the Pro machine, you didn't get the complete game, you know? You have to buy the next levels up to have all the features. And I don't feel that way on a Jersey Jack. Even without the Wonka Vader, I feel like it's still a complete game. I know I love you. Yeah, when I really look at the, you need to buy a premium or a limited edition Stern to have a finished game. I mean, it's not just trim, it's not just limited edition number plates, signatures, those type of things. I mean, some of their games, there's entire play fields and parts of the game missing, and it just doesn't feel right to pay $6,000 for something that's not complete, and then to go and play, you know, $2,000 more to get the complete game and still not have the limited edition just kind of feels wrong. Yeah, and there's a big money difference between a Stern and a Jersey Jack. I mean, on the low end, it is a couple $1,000s. I mean, I think it's 8, 10, and 12 for Jersey Jacks for Wonka. But when I look at that, that's no different than what they're charging for Beatles right now. I think those are 8, 10, and 12. Beatles, another solid game I really like. It's so retro feeling. I really like it a lot. You know, but again, is it going to be the one that I want to buy and spend all the money on? I did donate some money to Project Pinball. They are doing a Stern raffle, so you know, hopefully I'll win. If I win a Stern, that would be fantastic. Would love to have a new Stern in the house. I'd love to unwrap a new game. I've never owned a new game before. unlock the iPad again. Yeah, no, I agree. The Beatles is a super expensive license, and I'm really excited. I think they did a great job on the gameplay in that game too. At least in my opinion, I've only played it for a little bit there. And I'd like to play it someplace where I can hear it and really hear how the modes and the music go together and all of that. I wasn't able to really experience that at Fantastic. It's just too damn loud in some of these rooms. But I mean, the game is phenomenal. Oh, that was a good save. I'll catch up on chat in a second. Once I tap that ball there. Let me see what we got here. Yeah, no, I agree. You know, I agree that they are kind of expensive, but I think the build quality is just better. And they're a complete game, you know. So when you compare it, come on, give me one more. No. Ah. You know, and I had a bad impression of Jersey Jack's Pirates. You know, last year at Fantastic, the machines were barely complete. They had some real issues with things. You know, Jersey Jack kind of had to recall some of them. And I had said that to someone this year that I didn't like the game. And they were like, "You're an idiot. It's probably the best pinball machine ever made." And so we went into the free play, the VIP room at Fantastic, and we got some time on the machine. And the rule set is amazing. The game is fantastic. Hey Peter, how are you? The gameplay's fantastic, and it's just so nice. I heard that Jersey Jack was standing behind them. I don't know. I haven't heard any others, anything other than that yet, but I'll keep my eye on that. I had heard about that problem too. Damn it! I just blew that ball. That stinks that the playfields are chipping. I heard that, and I heard it was an easy fix. 14 million doesn't get you anything on this game. Well, I think I was a little biased about Pirates too, because it wasn't that long ago that you know, the other Pirates machine had come out. So to me, it just felt too soon. But the JJP machine is much better than the Stern one. And I love the modes that, you know, this one gives you more, you know, the characters. That this one gives you more time, and not two people can pick the same character for the same game. I thought all of that was really interesting. But a lot of tournament people do not like Jersey Jack games. They're not tournament machines. But I'm not a tournament player, so it doesn't bother me that much. Yeah, that stinks that they're not taking care of it for him. I'd heard from somebody else that they were having a problem, but they were getting taken care of. I would, I don't know, I'd just show up and yell at Jack personally. He tends to stand behind his stuff. I mean, it's hard when you're manufacturing stuff in the U.S. by hand. And you know, at least I feel like with a JJP. Damn it! I don't keep going on that outlane on me. I feel like a lot of the problems they had at the beginning of Jersey Jack with power supplies that were having issues and some of that other stuff, they took care of right away and made it right. So I'm surprised that they're not doing it with the play fields. It might be a larger issue. Someone told me it had to do with a spacer or a washer. That was literally all it was. That things were torqued too tight without a spacer or something. I don't remember what it was. McSquid knows. We're going to do a stream. McSquid's streaming with me Thursday night. We're going to do Theater of Magic up at his house. For his Theater of Magic machine that he's going to be selling. It's beautiful condition. I mean, I've never seen a theater in such great shape. Alright. I think I might be done with this game for tonight, guys. I don't know. Yeah, I would be sick too, by the way. It's so rare that people buy new machines. Most of us, I've never had a new machine, and I think most of the players out there haven't either. And so to get a new machine, something special, and then to have it fall apart on you is not great. Not great at all. Because it should be something exciting. And, you know, I had some friends who said they'll never buy another Jersey Jack. They bought Wizard of Oz pre-order, and they feel like the code's never been finished, which is very true. Oz is a quirky code base. You know, and then they just moved on to the next title. And that aggravated them beyond belief because they're a person who would buy every machine, and they felt like, you know, they funded this company when they had nothing, and then, you know, I don't know, I had a small manufacturing business years ago, so I kind of give people just a little bit of leeway because manufacturing in the US is hard. Getting good workers is hard. Mistakes happen. But after all, it is what you do about the problems when they arise, not the problems themselves. So I'm not too happy to hear that he's not taking care of it. I heard he was. So, be interested to see if anything was brought up at Pintastic with him about that. He was there doing seminars and things. And I know they did address some of that stuff. Yeah, Jack really seems like a great guy every time I've met him and talked to him. So. But that doesn't mean he's doing the right thing as a businessman. You know, sometimes you gotta weigh those things. You know, what's the right thing to do versus what's the profitable thing to do, and you know, I know how that goes. Right now, I'm going through that. Currently gainfully unemployed, so you know, trying to make up the difference every month is sometimes hard. I can imagine that the Jack's business, although the numbers are quite large when you look at how many pinball machines and how much they cost, the margins might be tight. I know in my restaurant the margins are tight. So, and staff costs are expensive. I was really just trying to spell steps so I could get back up to the steps again. I guess I need to remember to turn the track mode on Adam's Family off the next time that I'm in the settings on that.
I'm not with you now.
I need to hit that E one of these times. Bounce it off that right now. No, wrong buttons. There's the steps. Alright, up the steps, ramp. Ugh, missed it. Ah! That sucked. Yeah, I mean, sending everybody new populated play fields may just be cost prohibitive, you know? Sucks with the coatings, because he's getting his play fields done the same place everybody else is doing. So I wonder what's causing the issue. I don't know, I'm gonna have to read up on that one. I don't know a lot about it, so I hate to misspeak against him. I don't know anything about it, but I know I would be upset if I had a machine with a playfield was shipping so soon. I mean, think about it. I get upset when my iPhone doesn't work correctly a year later. You know? Ugh. Come on. Ugh, come on. I believe I couldn't knock that one in. All I need to do is that figure eight, and I couldn't have done that on the last ball 10 minutes ago. I want to go near the door, though. Worse. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I would do. You know, like I was saying, I just turned my iPhone in today because it was ghost touching, and it's been a problem for almost a year, and it's now out of warranty. But fortunately, Apple acknowledges the issue and is going to fix it. That the the iPhone X had a problem and with ghost touching, and so they're going to fix it. But still, I had to back up all my crap and do all of that. That's a $1,000 phone. I mean, when you think about the intricacies of a pinball machine for 10 grand, so much that can go wrong, so much human intervention putting it together and making it work, that, I mean, I heard people that got dialed ins new out of box that weren't working because the power supplies. And I would have flipped. I mean, after waiting and waiting and waiting and to get to something dead on arrival, it would drive me crazy. Especially if it was my first pin. I've never had the pleasure of unboxing and setting up my first pin yet. I would hate to think that had, after spending all that money, that experience ended up being poor for people. I'll tell you one thing, I won't be opening a pinball company anytime soon. Is this a message, or is this a curse? Come on, I want to get into frenzy mode. And God, how did I miss that shot? There we go. Alright, now the question is do I wake him up or do I do frenzy, guys? Well, I don't know. Ah! I guess we blow it. On ball 3. That could have been a good game, but it wasn't. Alright, this one might be the last one, guys. Yep, definitely last game. I'm thirsty, I'm tired. I'm sweaty now. I hit the trapdoor. Why didn't you give me the trapdoor bonus? Did you not register the switch? I have a feeling that switch isn't registering right. I'm gonna have to look at that too. I also need to get a chip upgrade in this. This machine needs new code. I think the most current code on this is L9. I think this machine is running L5. So there's probably a lot of fixes. Well, you gulped it. You don't even realize it. He's got the ball in his mouth and he doesn't know it. Forklift drivers. I don't think this was a forklift driver issue. I need to wait till the ball searches now. Yeah, so I didn't get to 250,000 for the gulp either, because he didn't register that, because he didn't hit the back of his mouth hard enough. I have a feeling this isn't pitched right. I'm gonna have to check the pitch on this next time I cut the glass off. was trying to backhand that into the P, but missed it both times. Well, let's just lock it.
Oh no.
Says you, my funhouse is open, Rudy. Ah. Just trying to get to that hidden hallway to get the tube. There we go. Alright. I think that might be it for tonight, kids. So, I think that's all I got to do tonight. I've been streaming for 2 hours and 40 minutes, and the machine was not good to me tonight. I'm sorry, I forgot I didn't put my headset on. I always forget that I need to put my headset on when I'm at my desk. So, yeah, machine was not nice to me tonight. Don't know what to do about that. Um, and I'm going to play this machine again really soon. But I am not going to have my iPad up there trying to keep tapping that thing. I've got a new cable coming to go from the PC over to the display that you can kind of see off here. I have a tube display up here, not a tube display, I'm sorry, an LCD display up here right on my streaming rig next to the pin. And that makes it really easy to be able to read chat and interact at the same time. And just give me 1 second and I'll definitely show you the whole collection. But I just need to turn and say, Alexa, stop, to stop the music. So I have a couple machines in playfield upstairs. So what's directly behind me is I have a Sopranos, which is a 2005 Stern. Then I have a Adams Family, a Funhouse, and then as we go down the line, we have a Rack 'em Up, a Royal Flush Deluxe, a Soccer, and a Pro Football. And then I have a 4-player Space Time down the end there, another 1972 Gottlieb. I'm not. That's a 1972 Bally. And I have a another 1968. Hey, Veronica, how are you? In the Williams machine, I believe, in the garage that was given to me recently, that I'm going to do a restore, maybe a re-theme on. And then upstairs in the dining room, I actually have a Pinball 2000 cabinet that has both playfields. So it has both um, the cabinet is actually a Star Wars Episode 1 with the Star Wars Episode 1 playfield and translite. And then I have a Revenge from Mars playfield and translite to go in that as well. And really great system. That's been switched out to be an LCD monitor as well instead of the tube, and has the new core computer in it as opposed to the original fixed logic board that was in there. So really, really great machine as well. That one's going to come down here as soon as I have some assistance to bring it down here to the game room here in the basement. I just moved my computer and desk down here as well so that I wouldn't have to bring my computer up and downstairs to stream every time. So I think that'll help me to make me be able to stream a little easier, where it's always just going to be set up as opposed to me having to bring down a computer, because the laptop I had didn't do well enough for video encoding, unfortunately. Even though it did have a nice higher end graphics card, it wasn't high end as the 2070 that I have in this this full size PC, running these gorgeous monitors and all these cameras.
So that's that. So tonight was the first real stream of Funhouse, I have to say. Funhouse has had its problems since it's been in the house here, and finally got the last bugs worked out of the trap door, so that really makes it playable again. As you can see, I think there's a couple more little bugs that we have to work on to get it to the standard of game that I have the rest of my collection in, which is real player condition. Um, we did the LEDs today. I do have silicone flipper rings for that as well that we're going to put in there. And I'm going to clean the play field and wax that. And hopefully that takes care of some of the stickiness of the ball literally stopping in the middle of the play field while you're putting some English on it. And hoping to look at that switch. I think there's a switch in there that may be stuck for the trap door that's sometimes registering, sometimes not. So hopefully we can get that fixed as well. So I'm going to write those notes down as I always do and try to go from there. Again, love your feedback. Love you guys tuning in. I might stream tomorrow from the club. Not sure yet. I'm probably going to leave the rig set up here, so I might use their streaming gear. Not sure. We'll see about that. But definitely going to be streaming Theater of Magic from McSquid's place on Thursday. Friday, Saturday, I'm going to play it by ear, but I will be back Sunday. Probably going to either stream Funhouse again or move over to Adam's Family. And then later in the week, next week, I would like to get a day or two of streaming back on Rack 'em Up. I think it's a underrated game that I think people would like to see more of. I was talking to some people at Pintastic last week about it, and one person actually had one, has the same admiration for the game that I do. So I think I'm probably going to stream that someday next week as well. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining. Thanks for the community support as usual. Thank you everybody who followed during this stream. We got about 4 new followers and a hosted raid, which was great, and some others. Look forward to chatting with you guys again. Again, I will have my chat monitor fixed and hopefully back up and running the next time I stream from the house here next week. So again, thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll talk to you guys all soon. Night.